Hello students, let's start the chapter optics, and the first part we are going to discuss is ray optics, that is geometrical optics part 1. In your high school, that is class 10th, you have a bit idea about this chapter. So here, keeping in mind the 12th syllabus, we would like to cover a few concepts that will be helping you in solving many of the numericals. So basic things you should keep in mind before going to learn this lecture. So we'll be starting with the very first, you know about laws of reflection. The angle of incidence equal to the angle of reflection. The incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal all lie in the same plane. One more thing we should discuss here, that is angle of deviation. Friends, you are seeing this is the incident ray. The ray was supposed to go straight, but due to the presence of the mirror, it is getting deviated. ये जो रे अपनी जाने वाले पाथ से डेविएट कर रहा है ड्यू टू द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द मिरर. सो वो कितना डेविएट कर रहा है? It was supposed to go on this line, the dotted line it was supposed to go, but due to the presence of the mirror, it is going like this. So this angle is the angle of deviation because it is deviating from the original path. And let this is angle of incidence theta. So angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that is also theta. So theta, theta, 2 theta. And the total angle is straight line, so 180 degrees. So the angle of deviation will be 180 minus 2 theta. In some of the questions, students, you will be given glancing angle. That is the angle made by the incident ray with the plane mirror. That is known as glancing angle. And here you see glancing angle is nothing but 90 minus angle of incidence. So you have to read the question very carefully while solving the numericals. What is given in the question? You are very much acquainted with real image and virtual image. Image which can be obtained on the screen is real. Image which cannot be obtained on the screen is virtual. In case of real image, you know actually the ray meet after reflection by which the image is formed, that is real image. But in case of virtual image, the light rays don't actually intersect after reflection, but they appear to diverge from the mirror. And virtual image is always erect. Image formed by the plane mirror is virtual. Real image is always inverted. Image formed by a cinema screen, image on retina of the eye, all are real images. So we should very much aware of, we should understand how the image is produced in case of a mirror, how the image is formed in case of a plane mirror. Friends, you are seeing your object. This is the total mirror, but let the length of the mirror is confined to this length. So throughout the length, all the, let it is a point object, all the rays or extended object, whatever, all the rays will go from the point object, all possible rays to all points of the mirror, and so many rays are going to get reflected over here. So on this side, there is no possibility of the rays to meet. So there is no way, no possible way the image will be produced on this side. But if they will be extended back, they are supposed to meet at any other point, backside of the mirror. So there the image will be formed. That is known as virtual image. And the nature of the image will be virtual and it is erect, same size. And the object distance from the mirror will be equal to the image distance from the mirror, and lateral inverted, you know, if you are moving your left hand, it will look like as if you are rotating your right hand. We should be very much clear about how the image is formed in case of a plane mirror, because in the upcoming concept we are going to discuss, if we will be having doubt on this, then we may be getting confused while knowing the other concept. This is how a image is formed in case of a plane mirror. Let's study about the field of view of image in a plane mirror. Field of view of image in a plane mirror. Friends, when we talk about field of view, as the name implies, it is the region in which we can see the image or the image can be viewed. मतलब ये एक जहां पर कि हम इमेज को देख सकते हैं. फ्रेंड्स, आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पर कुछ एग्जांपल्स हम लेके समझते हैं कि ये ऑब्जेक्ट है. This is the part of the mirror where the reflection is going to take place. So this is one end of the mirror, this is other end of the mirror. So the ray came and it get reflected, loss of reflection. The another ray came. There are so many rays actually will be coming like this from all every points. One ray will be going and they are getting reflected like this. So they are not supposed to meet at this point. If I'll extend them back here, the image will be formed. As the image is produced in case of a plane mirror. So in field of view का ये मतलब है ये जो ऑब्जर्वर यहाँ पर है अगर ऑब्जर्वर यहाँ पर रहता या फिर यहाँ पर रहता या फिर और कहीं पे भी रहता जो कि इसी रीजन को छोड़ के ये रे को मैं और एक्सटेंड करवा सकता हूँ और भी एक्सटेंड करवा सकता हूँ तो ये जो रेंज को छोड़ के अगर ऑब्जर्वर कहीं पे भी रहता तो ये इमेज को नहीं देख पाता तो क्योंकि ये उसकी फील्ड ऑफ व्यू ऑफ इमेज के अंदर पे नहीं आता है अगर मैं इस डायग्राम पे और एक बार समझाऊं आपको मतलब यहाँ पर मिरर जो है वो वर्टिकली रखा गया था अभी यहाँ पर मिरर हॉरिजॉन्टली रखा गया है ये ऑब्जेक्ट है यहाँ से एक रे आया ऐसे चला गया और दूसरा रे आया मतलब दिस इज द लेंथ ऑफ द मिरर पूरा लेंथ पे रिफ्लेक्शन नहीं हो रहा है जितने पार्ट पे रिफ्लेक्शन हो रहा है उसको हम ले रहे हैं तो अगर ये ऑब्जर्वर इसी व्यू के अंदर ये जो लाइंस आप देख रहे हो ब्लू की लाइंस आप जो देख रहे हो अगर इसी व्यू के अंदर वो ऑब्जर्वर नहीं रहता अगर ऑब्जर्वर यहीं कहीं पे रहता यहीं कहीं पे रहता तो ही विल नॉट बी एबल टू सी द इमेज ऑफ दिस ऑब्जेक्ट कि वो उसकी फील्ड ऑफ व्यू के अंदर नहीं आएगा सेम थिंग यू कुड सी हियर हियर ऑब्जेक्ट एंड हियर द आई इफ आई यहाँ पर अगर नहीं होता तो वो नहीं देख पाया तो ये जो पूरा रीजन आप देख रहे हो यहाँ से लेकर ये जो पूरा रीजन आप देख रहे हो दैट इज कमिंग अंडर फील्ड ऑफ व्यू ऑफ इमेज उसी के अंदर अगर ऑब्जर्वर रहता है तो ही विल बी एबल टू सी द इमेज इधर ही विल नॉट बी एबल ये जो डायग्राम से आप यहाँ से आराम से समझ सकते हो तो कि कैसे फील्ड व्यू ऑफ इमेज बनता है तो फाइनली हम ये नोट बना सकते हैं यहाँ से कि every plane mirror irrespective of its size always produced a complete image of the object but with the size of the mirror field view of mirror increases फिर देखो ये इतना था मेरा साइज ऑफ द मिरर यहाँ पर अगर मैं इसको और एलंगेट कर दूं तो और बहुत सारे रे मिल सकता था जा सकता था यहाँ से रिफ्लेक्ट होके यहाँ से और भी रे आके रिफ्लेक्ट होके जा सकता था तो फील्ड ऑफ व्यू ऑफ इमेज बढ़ सकता था ये मैंने ये लिया मिरर की लेंथ मैंने यहाँ पर ए बी लिया अगर मैं इसको थोड़ा और इंक्रीज करवाता तो यहाँ से एक रे आके यहाँ पर चला जा सकता था यहाँ पर एक रे आके यहाँ पर चला जा सकता था तो ये फील्ड व्यू ऑफ मिरर और बढ़ जाता तो इसीलिए यहाँ पर लिखा गया है is always produced complete image of the object but the size of the mirror field view of the mirror increases field view of mirror कितना होगा वो size of the mirror के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है let's know about field of view of an observer in the plane mirror basically field of view of an observer is the region which observer is able to see inside the plane mirror or for all the images formed in the plane mirror. फील्ड व्यू ऑफ ऑब्जर्वर ये होता है कि जितने भी सारे ऑब्जेक्ट आप यहाँ पर देख रहे हो उस सारे ऑब्जेक्ट की इमेज बन रहा है बट क्या ऑब्जर्वर उन सारे इमेज को देख पाएगा ये डिपेंड करता है कि ऑब्जर्वर की फील्ड ऑफ व्यू के अंदर वो इमेज बन रहा है कि नहीं मतलब उसकी फील्ड ऑफ व्यू जो है वो उसके अंदर आ रहा है कि नहीं let's consider an example to understand the same say we are given with a plane mirror AB we are given with a plane mirror AB and 3 point objects first point object O1 second point object O2 third point object O3 as we know corresponding to every object there will be an image produced at the same distance O1 यहाँ से ठीक same distance पर image बनेगा उसका I1 second point object का I2 same distance पे third point object O3 का I3 same distance पे image produced at the same distance behind the mirror at which the object is placed or we have an observer located who is looking into the mirror we wish to find whether the observer will be able to see all the three images or not. For this, what we can do? Observer mirror. We join with the edges of the mirror and we can extend those lines. ये एक मिरर की एज यहाँ की मिरर की एज के साथ हम ऑब्जर्वर की को पॉइंट लेके हम ज्वाइन किया और हम उसको एक्सटेंड करवा दिए वी एक्सटेंडेड इट सो ये जो हैचिंग लाइन बना ये आ गया फील्ड व्यू ऑफ ऑब्जर्वर अगर इमेज उसी के बीच पे बन रहा है तो वो ऑब्जर्वर दिख पाएगा उन तीन दो इमेज को यहाँ पर इमेज बन रहा है but the observer will not be able to see the image of this point object why because this is not coming under his field view of observer
तो ऑब्जर्वर को वो इमेज को देखने के लिए क्या करना होगा, उसकी फील्ड ऑफ व्यू को बढ़ाना होगा। वो कैसे बढ़ा सकता है? अगर वो यहाँ से थोड़ा करीब चला जाएगा और यहाँ पर जाने के बाद अगर हम फिर से चयन करेंगे तो शायद फील्ड ऑफ व्यू बढ़ सकता है उसका। So it depends on the observer and his field view whether he will be able to see the image or not. Let's see in the next slide how it is happening. जैसे कि पहले स्लाइड पे हम डिस्कस किए कि वो ऑब्जेक्ट थ्री का जो इमेज थ्री बन रहा था, ही वॉज नॉट एबल टू सी बिकॉज इट वॉज नॉट कमिंग अंडर हिज फील्ड ऑफ व्यू ऑफ ऑब्जर्वर। तो इसलिए ऑब्जर्वर ने क्या किया, थोड़ा सा और मूव करवा दिया मिरर की तरफ, और अभी ये है मिरर की एजेस, और जब हम इस लाइन को एक्सटेंडेड किए तो ये बन गया पूरा जो लाइन, इस लाइन और इस लाइन के अंदर ये जो भी एरिया बन रहा है दैट इज कमिंग अंडर फील्ड ऑफ व्यू ऑफ ऑब्जर्वर। नाउ यू विल बी एबल टू सी द इमेज थ्री। So student, what actually we learned from this? कि actually you think of a window, you are sitting far away from the window, you go more closer to the window and peep into the wind out, you will be seeing more views. So for an observer, plane mirror behaves like a window to the virtual world. This is the virtual world, and the more he will be going closer, the more his field of view of observer is going to become, and he will be able to see. This concept is very much required to know in how many cases in where whether the observer will be able to see the image or not. Many of the questions you have to decide whether yes it will be coming under his field of view or not. For that, this concept will be very much useful. Let's see here. Minimum length of the mirror required to view a image. Let's say you are standing in your room. What should be the minimum length of the mirror to see your complete image? So first, what should happen to see your complete image? Let the person is standing here. Actually, observer means his eye. There the image is going to be he's going to observe. So from the head, one ray is coming. It is getting reflected at the extreme end. Actually, so many rays will be coming, but we're taking the extreme ends, and it will go to the eye. And from the feet also one ray will come, and it should go to the eye. Let's draw its view diagram here. See, to prove what is actually the length of the mirror required. Let's let the ray is coming from here. At this point, it is getting incident, and draw a normal here. This is the reflected ray going to the eye. Here it's the eyelid. From the head, the ray is coming, and it is getting reflected at this point. Let's draw the normal. The ray is going to the eye, head, and feet. Yeah. So students, see this triangle. I am saying about this triangle and this triangle. This is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, no doubt. 90 degree, one common. So from there, I could say two triangles are similar. So if two triangles are similar, then this is if this is congruent. Two triangles are congruent. This is, if this is y, then this will be also y. And in the same case, this triangle and from this triangle, the same thing you could see. So I could say this is x and this is x. If I will draw the normal, this is the normal, this is the normal. So the total length is becoming x plus y. So the mirror length is becoming x plus y. So this will be x plus x 2x, y plus y 2y. That is 2x plus y. That means if let your height is 6 feet, the minimum length of the mirror required is 3 feet. That is half of your height. The person is having height h, the minimum length of the mirror required to see his complete image is h by 2. That's the minimum height of the mirror required to view the image. स्टूडेंट्स, और एक कॉन्सेप्ट को ऐड करते हैं। जस्ट इमेजिन करो कि आप अपने रूम पे खड़े हो, एकदम आपकी रूम पे मिडिल पे आप खड़े हो और आपके सामने एक मिरर चिपका गया है। तो अभी तक तो हम समझ लिए कि अगर आपका हाइट 6 फीट है तो मिरर तो 3 फीट होना चाहिए, तभी जाके आप अपना पूरा इमेज दिख पाओगे। आप एग्जैक्टली मिड पे खड़े हुए हो। अगर अलग किसी पॉइंट पे खड़े होगे तो उसका एनालिसिस अलग होगा नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे। बट अगर एग्जैक्टली आप मिड पे खड़े हो तो पीछे जो वॉल है, आपके सामने पे मिरर है, पीछे पे वॉल है, तो आपकी वॉल जो है वो कितने तक आप दिख पाओगे? आपका हाइट 6 फीट है, मिरर चाहिए 3 फीट, आपका पूरा इमेज बन गया। ठीक है, तो फिर हाउ व्हाट हाइट ऑफ द वॉल यू विल बी एबल टू सी? लेट्स नो दैट। फ्रेंड्स, सी दिस इज द मिरर, this is you standing, I and J, this is the person you, and this is G and C is the wall. This is not looking exactly midpoint, but let's imagine this is midpoint D and this is D. student, this is the way. One ray of light will come and it will go, one ray of light will come and go. This is the ray. How the ray will merge, this is the condition. Because आप यहाँ से रे आया और आपकी तक पहुंच गया, तो यहाँ तक हम पिछले वाले डिस्कशन में समझ गए थे कि अगर आपका x प्लस वाई है तो यहाँ पर 2 होल इंटू एक्स प्लस वाई हो जाएगा। अभी क्या होगा, ये रे आपकी सर से जाके यहाँ तक जा रहा है, जैसे फील्ड व्यू बोले थे हम, और ये यहाँ से देखे यहाँ तक जा रहा है, तो जहां तक जाके रे गिरेगा जितना ही फील्ड व्यू पे आएगा उतना ही आप देख पाओगे। तो वो लेंथ कितना है एक्चुअली, किस केस पे, जब आप यहाँ पर मिड पॉइंट वाला कॉन्सेप्ट लेके चल रहे हो। चलो ट्रायंगल सिमिलैरिटी वाला कॉन्सेप्ट जानते हैं। बी आई एच छोटा सा ट्रायंगल लिया मैंने, और बी जे एफ बड़ा सा ट्रायंगल लिया मैंने। दिस एंगल इज इक्वल टू दिस एंगल, दिस इज 90 डिग्री, दिस इज 90 डिग्री, एंड दिस इज द कॉमन एंगल। सो टू ट्रायंगल्स आर गोइंग टू बी सिमिलर, एंड स्टूडेंट दिस इज द मिड पॉइंट। सो मिड पॉइंट थ्योरम पे अगर ये डिस्टेंस x होगा तो ये कितना हो जाएगा, 2x। सिमिलरली अगर ये y होगा तो ये 2y होगा, और पहले से ये हम समझ चुके हैं कि ये अगर x है तो ये भी x बन जाएगा एग्जैक्टली क्योंकि ये जो नॉर्मल है एकदम स्ट्रेट जा रहा है, और ये y है तो ये y हो गया। तो अगर ये x है, ये 2x, ये x तो ये भी x, ये y और ये भी y। ये x और ये x कैसे होगा वो तो हम समझ चुके हैं। ये y कैसे होगा तो पहले वाले स्लाइड से हम समझ चुके हैं। सो टोटल लेंथ ऑफ द वॉल अभी कितना हो गया, 3x प्लस वाई, और लेंथ ऑफ द पर्सन कितना हुआ, x प्लस वाई। मिरर का कितना हुआ, x प्लस वाई। 2x प्लस वाई हो गया पर्सन का लेंथ, और मिरर का हुआ x प्लस वाई। इसका मतलब है अगर आपका हाइट 6 फीट है तो मिरर चाहिए आपको 3 फीट, और एग्जैक्टली अगर आप रूम के बीच पे खड़े हो तो आपको पीछे जो वॉल दिखेगी वो कितना होगा, 9 फीट। गॉट इट। यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हो कि ये पॉइंट सोर्स ऑफ लाइट एस, ये है पॉइंट सोर्स ऑफ लाइट एस, इज प्लेस्ड एट ए डिस्टेंस 10 सेंटीमीटर, जो कि 10 सेंटीमीटर की दूरी पर रखा गया है फ्रॉम ए मिरर। मिरर की विड्थ कितनी है, 20 सेंटीमीटर है विड्थ। सस्पेंडेड वर्टिकली ऑन ए वॉल, जो कि वॉल पे सस्पेंड किया गया है। एंड एन इंसेक्ट वर्क्स विद ए स्पीड ऑफ 10 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकेंड। यहाँ से एक इंसेक्ट चलना शुरू किया जो कि 10 सेंटीमीटर पर सेकंड पे जा रहा है इन फ्रंट ऑफ द मिरर अलोंग द लाइन पैरेलल टू द मिरर एट ए डिस्टेंस ऑफ 20 सेंटीमीटर। मतलब यहाँ पर आपकी क्वेश्चन को आसान बना दिया गया क्योंकि ये 10 सेंटीमीटर है, 20 सेंटीमीटर है, मतलब मिड पॉइंट पे एग्जैक्टली ये है, मतलब सोर्स ऑफ लाइट यहाँ पर है। तो फाइंड द मैक्सिमम टाइम ड्यूरिंग विच द इंसेक्ट कैन सी द इमेज ऑफ द सोर्स इन द मिरर। तो कितने देर तक वो देख सकता है। सिंपली वो जो कॉन्सेप्ट अभी हम पढ़े वॉल वाला कॉन्सेप्ट कि मिडिल पे आप खड़े हो, ऑब्जर्वर मतलब सोर्स ऑफ लाइट यहाँ पर है, तो वो कितने देर तक यहाँ पर इमेज बनेगा, फील्ड व्यू ऑफ मिरर कैलकुलेट करना है हमें। और ये एग्जैक्टली मिड पॉइंट है, इसका मतलब है अगर ये 20 है तो ये जरूरत 60 बन जाएगा 3 टाइम्स, जैसे हम प्रूफ किया अभी। अगर ये 20 है, अगर यहाँ पर इंसान की हाइट होता तो वो 40 होता डबल, और यहाँ पर वाल कितना दिखेगा, 60। तो जब तक ये इंसेक्ट इसी 60 सेंटीमीटर के बीच पे रहेगा उसी के अंदर ही वो इस सोर्स का इमेज ही दिख पाएगा यहाँ पर, जो कि उसकी व्यू में ही आ जाएगा। तो 60 सेंटीमीटर उसको कवर करने के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा, अगर पर सेकंड में वो 10 सेंटीमीटर पे जा रहा है तो 60 जाने के लिए कितना टाइम लगेगा, 60 by 10, so that is 6 seconds. So you will be able to see for 6 seconds to the image. So यहाँ पर क्वेश्चन ये है कि a man is standing at a distance x from the mirror। ये m1 m2 जो है, so m1 m2 is the mirror and the person is standing at a distance x, that means o at the point o observer मान सकते हैं। Person is standing at at a point o which is at a distance x from the mirror, and there is a wall behind him which is AB of height h, and that wall is present at a distance y from the point of observation. He wants to see the wall in the mirror. What should be the minimum size of the mirror to see the wall behind him? Earlier, you know, the minimum length of the mirror required to see the complete image of a person having height h is h by 2. And let's say another case we have also familiar with. Let the person is standing in between the room, in the middle of the room, and in front of his at the wall the mirror is there, and behind him up to what exactly if he's standing in the middle of the room, and the distance is same from him to the mirror, from him back of the wall, from his backside to the wall, if the distance is same, then at that time you could say let the length of the mirror is L, then his length should be 2L to C, and the mirror should be and the wall should be 3L behind him. Like that, by a triangle congruent we have acquainted with these things. But what will happen uh, if the person is not standing exactly at the middle of the room? Somehow he is standing X from the mirror, is the question here we are seeing. He is standing X from the mirror and the wall is Y behind him. How to solve this type of question at that time? You say to see the image. Here the person's eye is there. He is standing over here or whatever. The ray from the top of the wall should come and incident at this point M1, and it should go getting reflected, and it should go to point O. Here also from same side it should come, the ray should come from point B and it should come to M2, then it should reach at O, so that he could be able to see the complete wall behind him. And if I'll extend it, the ray was not supposed to meet on this side, so if they will be extended back, they will be at this position. If this ray will be extended back, then it will be at this position. So this will be A dash B dash will be the image of the wall, which you will be able to see inside the mirror. And the length will be same x plus y. Here is also x plus y. And if the person is standing here, he will see himself at a distance of x from here. Let's also we will see the image of the person here at O dash. So this is the basic diagram of the question. How to deal with the question, how to find the length of the mirror, like triangular congruent as we have done in the case of minimum length required to see the complete image. Here also we could do the same thing. So let's see, here there is a triangle A O dash, and let this point is something. Another triangle B O dash, this point let's see or something which will give. See this triangle A O dash and this triangle. You see my arrow mark, the pointer I am showing A to O dash to this. There is a triangle and there is a triangle M1, this triangle O dash. See carefully, listen, M1, O dash and this triangle. What is the true triangle? What is this true triangle? This mirror and this wall is parallel. So this angle will be equal to this angle, and this is 90 degree, this is 90 degree, two angles are same. So I could say that both the triangles are congruent. So in that time, at that time I could take the ratio, no? I could take the ratio of that. Let's we'll be seeing the total triangle A O dash B is a triangle, A O dash B is a triangle, and M1 O dash M2 is also a triangle. This angle equal to this angle equal to this angle. So this two triangle A O dash and B, M1 O dash and M2, two triangles are congruent. Yes or no? So from there I could take the ratio of their sides. That means I am taking M1 by M2 by H is equal to a small triangle M1 O dash M2 ka H, sorry, X divided by the total triangle height we have to take the total triangle height, that is x plus x is 2x plus y. So this total line I have to take, so that is x plus x 2x plus y. So once again I could say from the smaller angle m1 by m1 m2 divided by h will be equal to x by total 2x plus y. Got it? This is the thing that is here, it is O dash only. Okay, so O dash m1 m2 O dash ab, from there you could take, and from there I could directly find m1 is equal to hx by y plus 2x. It is a very easy formula, you could remember it directly. In the exam you could apply it. What is the minimum length? Height of the wall, at what distance the person is standing, and this is y plus 2x. This is the way we could do such type of questions.
Dear students, you know from right angle triangle tan theta is equal to perpendicular by base, tan theta is equal to P by B. The question that in the previous slide, same way we are trying to make it in a little bit complicated, but that is the easier way. But sometimes the option is given in tan theta or something like that, the option may be there. For those cases, I am trying to solve it in another way. See here, the same diagram I have drawn here. Once again, the diagram. Let this is the eye, this is the wall, total height is h, and this is the mirror. Let the mirror height is m, and the ray should, as you know, the ray should come like this, and it should reach at this point. From this point, the ray should come like this, and it should reach at this point. And this is angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, that is theta 1 theta 1. This is theta 2 and this is theta 2. Let's draw a perpendicular from this point. Let's draw a perpendicular from this point. When this angle is theta 1, yes, this length is x. It is given in the question. The person is standing at a distance of x from the mirror. So if this distance is x, this is theta 1, then you know tan theta is equal to P by B, then P is equal to B tan theta. That is, I could write this perpendicular will be x tan theta 1. In the same way, I could write here also x tan theta 2. I think you got it. This is x sin theta 1. You know, triangle similarity दोनों के हिसाब से if you will see both, then if this is x tan theta 1, these two angles are equal. This is 90, this is 91. Come on, it is similar, I could say. So if this is x tan theta 1, this will be also x tan theta 1. And this is x tan theta 2, this will be also x tan theta 2. So what is the length of the mirror, students? X tan theta 1 plus x tan theta 2. A perpendicular, we have drawn this perpendicular from here. So this length m will be equal to x tan theta 1 plus x tan theta 2. This will be the length x tan theta 1, x tan theta 2, and this is length of the mirror. After this you got okay. Next, see this bigger triangle. This is x and this is y. So this total is x plus y and this is theta 1. So from this triangle, how much will be this one? X plus y tan theta 1. I wrote it x plus y tan theta 1. And here also in the same way, this side I could write x plus y tan theta 2. X plus y tan theta 2. So here x tan theta 1, this is x tan theta 1. This is x tan theta 2. Yeah, but if I will draw a perpendicular from here, then this is also x tan theta 2. So the total height became how much? X plus y tan theta 1 plus x tan theta 1, x tan theta 2, x plus y tan theta 2. If I will open the bracket and will add all, then I will get x tan theta 1, x tan theta 1, x tan theta 2, x tan theta 2. So 2x tan theta 2, 2x tan theta 1. So from there, or another one is y tan theta 1. So from there, I could write h is equal to how much? 2x. From here, you will get x tan theta 1, here x tan theta 1. How much? 2x tan theta 1 plus y. Then here also you could get 2x tan theta 2x tan theta 2 plus 2x plus y tan theta 2. So if I'll add all, then I will get h is equal to how much? 2x plus y whole common tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2. Here tan theta 1, tan theta 2, I took common x. Here, if I'm adding both x plus y tan theta 1, you multiply y tan theta 1, you multiply x tan theta 1, you multiply x tan theta 2, you multiply y tan theta 2. Take common, then it will be 2x plus y, 2x plus y tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2. Isn't it? This is the total height of the mirror. Students, mirror length is how, sorry, this is the total height of the wall. And this is mirror you know previously x tan theta 1 plus x tan theta 2, x taking common tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2, isn't it? So from there I could write tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2 यहाँ से लिख सकते हैं h by 2x plus y, h by 2x plus y. I could write h by 2x plus y. Yes or no? I could write from here. Then here, you know, m is equal to x plus tan theta 1 plus theta. So m by x is equal to tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2. So tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2, in place of that I could put m by x. Putting m by x, I could write h by 2x plus y. I could write h by 2x plus y. So m will be how much? Cross multiplication hx by 2x plus y. Actually, this is not a complicated method, but some cases the options is given. 2 to 3 steps you have to do. The m by x will be how much? Tan theta 1 plus tan theta 2 or tan anything he might give in the process of the question. So this is another method of also finding the same way. Let's do a question. Then you will be getting a idea directly how to do such type of problems in NDSC or any of the upcoming competitive exams, test 1, test 20. Man is standing in front of a room of length 20 meter. Length of the room is 20 meter. You are seeing, and height is 3 meter. Height you are seeing 3 meter. Height you are seeing 3 meter, and distance 5 meter from on the wall. From one wall. The person is standing. This is 5 meter from one wall, and on facing the wall of the mirror is hanging 3 meter at a distance of 5 meter from one wall. Find the minimum size of the mirror required, which you will be able to see. I mean, that means x is given how much? 5 meter. Y is given how much? Y 15 meter, and the total height is 3 meter, and this is total length is 20 meter. Okay, you know you have to find m hx by 2x plus y. H is 3, x is 5, 3 into 5 by 2, 2x, that is 2 into 5 plus 15, that is 15 by 25, that is 3 by 5 meter. That's it. That's the answer to the question. Another very interesting question, students, being based on the field view of mirror. as I was discussing about field view of mirror, you are seeing here a plane of the mirror is attached to the wall with one end of the long corridor, as in the overhead shown in the figure. The ball is rolling towards the mirror, and d is 3 meter. How far is the ball from the mirror when the person is first sees it? And this is a corridor. Okay, the general ball is coming from this direction, exactly in the middle. Person is standing here. Friend, when the ball is at this position, the person will not be able to see. Here is the mirror. The person to see the bulb, the rays should come to the mirror, to touch to the extreme end of the mirror, and it should go to the person. That is the condition for the mirror, for the person to see the image. Because ball from the ball, a ray will go and it will touch to the extreme right condition of the mirror at this point where I am showing the arrow. It will get reflected, and if it is going to the person, then only the person could be able to see the image of the ball. Okay, so let's draw the diagram. At some case, the ball reached at this position and the ray went like this and it reached at this point. I connected the ray to this. I actually to know it, I came from this position to this position. Let's go exactly to the normal and then try to find the angle. Then at what angle I am also going to find. So this is D. In the question, it is given D3. This distance is also given D. That means these two are same. So definitely it has to be 45 because 90, 45, 45. If this is 45, this is 45, this is 45. The question become very easier. If this angle is 45 degree and the ball is at this position, and this is the length, that is exactly d by 2, this is d by 2 and this is 45 degree, and we are interested to find this length because he is asking how far ball from the mirror, मिरर से कितने दूरी पर बॉल पहुंच जाएगा, तभी जाके उसको वो जो पर्सन दूसरी साइड पे जो है उसको पूरा बॉल की इमेज दिखाई दिखाई देगा, will be able to see the ball. So this is 45 degree, you knew, and this distance is d by 2, and this distance is length which you have to find out, and this is 45. So taking tan theta is equal to 45, tan 45 is equal to 1, and p by b, that is L by d by 2. So L is equal to d by 2, that is 3 by 2, that is 1.5 meter. जब ये बॉल आके मिरर से 1.5 मीटर की दूरी पर पहुंच जाएगा, and only at this case the person will be able to see. That's it. Thank you.
Let's know effect of rotation of object on image formed by a plane mirror. Student, this is a plane mirror placed. This is the object, or the same distance the image will be produced. Let object is rotated by theta degree in anti-clockwise direction. So now the object is here, O dash. So the same way, image will be also rotated by theta. Here will be the image produced ideas for this object after rotation. So if the object is rotated by angle theta in anti-clockwise direction, so the image will be also rotated by angle theta, but in clockwise direction. Let's see the effect of rotation of mirror on image. Students are seeing this is the incident ray. It was the earlier it was the reflected ray when the mirror was placed horizontal. Now the mirror is shifted by angle theta in the upward direction. So this ray will be shifted by an angle 2 theta. Let's see it. How it is happening. Let's see it. Student, this is the plane mirror is placed. AB is the plane mirror you are seeing. This is the incident ray and this is the reflected ray and this is the normal. Let the angle of incidence is 20, angle of reflection is 20. So I plus R is 40 here. Simple, for example, to understand, to make your understanding better. Now the mirror is shifted, is rotated by an angle 10 degree. इन क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन मैंने मिरर को 10 डिग्री रोटेट करवा दिया. स्टूडेंट्स, ये नॉर्मल जो पहले मिरर के साथ जुड़ के था ऐसे जो पहले था, अभी जब मैंने मिरर को 10 रोटेट किया तो उसी के साथ नॉर्मल भी रोटेट कर जाएगा, रे तो अपनी जगह पे है. तो द नॉर्मल विल बी आल्सो रोटेटेड इन क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन बाय 10 degree. So now the angle of incidence will become 20 plus 10, that is 30 degree. So definitely the ray has to be the reflect. This is the reflected ray, and the angle of reflection will become also 30 degree. So now I plus R is equal to 60 degree. But the mirror rotated by 10 degree. So the reflected ray जो पहले 20 और 40 पे था, अभी कितना शिफ्ट हो गया वो 20 डिग्री शिफ्ट हो गया, 60 हो गया उन दोनों के बीच में एंगल. So if mirror is rotated 10 degree, So the reflected ray will be shifted by 20 degree. So that's why if the mirror is rotated by theta in clockwise or anti-clockwise, so the reflected will be also rotated by 2 theta in clockwise and anti-clockwise the same way. Let's see next image formation by multiple reflection by inclined mirror. Maybe 60 degree, 90 degree, 120 degree, all three possible ray diagrams I have given. You could understand the ray diagram. Let me explain one. Let here is the object. One ray is going, incident ray, getting incident over here and getting reflected and going to the eye where the observer is there, and the image is produced at the same distance. Here for the same image will act as the object for this virtual image. So the ray, another ray came like this and it is getting reflected and going again. Here another ray is coming to this point, it is getting reflected. So like that image, multiple images are going to form over here. If I'll see here when the angle is 60 degree, let this is the object and the ray is getting incident at this point and it is getting reflected and falling at the other end of the mirror. And again the ray is coming at this point and it is falling at the other end of the mirror and it is again going back. So like that, where the intersection of the two mirror will act at this point will act as a center, and if I'll draw the circle, then multiple images will be formed depending upon what is the angle between the two mirrors. And exactly if the observer, if the object is placed at the perpendicular bisector, then by seeing the overall formula is number of images is 360 by theta. How much A? This is A is angle theta. How much angle it is making in between the mirrors? -1, because exactly if on the bisector this image will not be taken, the object on the object there will be image that will not be considered, so that's a -1. The 360 by a theta -1 is the number of images formed when two mirrors are placed at some angle. Let's know next effect of motion of object of an image formed in a plane mirror. Let's say mirror is placed here, this is the object and this is the image produced at the same distance. How far the object is present from the mirror, in the same behind the mirror the image will be produced. Let the object is shifted away from the mirror by x. This is the new position of the object o dash. So the image will be also displaced by same distance x from the previous place. So if object is displaced by x towards or away from the mirror, the image will also be displaced towards or away from the mirror in the same way. It will be very helpful because if the displace or if the distance is changing, then with respect to time, if I'll take, then the speed will also. If the object is going away from the mirror 2 meter per second, then the image will also go away at a rate of 2 meter per second from the mirror. Let's see next effect of motion of the mirror on image formed in a plane mirror. Let's say the object is placed over here. Let this distance is 3 centimeters, so image will be produced exactly at the 3 centimeter behind the mirror. So let the object and the image distance is 6 centimeter. Now I shifted right side to the mirror by 2 centimeter. So what is the distance from the object now? Object is at its place, but the mirror shifted by 2 centimeter. So now the distance is 3 plus 2, 5 centimeter. So the image will be at a distance of 5 centimeter from the mirror. So now O object is at its place, but the image changed due to the shifting of the mirror. So it is at the new position I dash. So O I dash is equal to 10 centimeter. Previously it was 6 centimeter, but the mirror shifted by 2 centimeter. But the image got shifted by 6 or यहाँ पर 10, so it got shifted by 4 centimeter. That means if mirror is displaced by x, image will be displaced by 2x. This concept will be also useful in finding the velocity of the object. Let object is at this at rest. If the image is going towards the object at 2 meter per second, then the image will be going 4 meter per second towards the object. If the mirror is going away from the object at 2 meter per second, then the image will also go at 4 meter per second away from the object. Here again we are seeing the speed of the image. If the object is moving towards the plane mirror with a speed v, the plane mirror is moving towards the object with a speed of v. The same concept I could say is the distance changes, is the object distance, image distance. In the same way, we could also analyze the speed or the velocity of the object. If the object is going uh, placed by amount x, the mirror so also displaced by amount towards the mirror. Thus, if the object is velocity is v towards the mirror, the image velocity is also v towards the mirror. But in this case, if the because as we decided कि if let the mirror move towards the object by distance x and let d be the original distance between the object and the mirror. So 2d is the distance between O and I, this previous the new image. So 2d minus 2x is the distance between O and I. So as the mirror moves towards the object by x, so image moves towards the object by amount 2x. Hence velocity of the image is 2b in the same direction as that of the mirror. ध्यान से इस एक क्वेश्चन को समझ लो. Just keep on thinking on this question perfectly, then you will be able to understand what is happening actually. Object velocity, image velocity, and in case of a plane mirror, mirror velocity. Man is running towards a plane mirror at a speed of 2 meter per second. How fast does he see himself running towards his image? Students, अगर ये इंसान 2 मीटर पर सेकंड में भाग रहा है तो उसकी इमेज भी इस तरफ 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा होगा. तो हाउ फास्ट डज ही सी हिमसेल्फ रनिंग टुवर्ड्स हिज इमेज, तो मुझे रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी निकालना होगा. जबकि ये 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है तो ऑब्जेक्ट भी 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा होगा. बट अगर क्वेश्चन पे जो नहीं दिया हुआ है, अगर क्वेश्चन पे अगर सेकंड केस पे क्वेश्चन पे ये दे दिया होता कि मिरर इस तरफ 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है, ये भी 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे जा रहा है, मिरर भी 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है. स्टूडेंट्स, अगर मिरर 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है, ऑब्जेक्ट रेस्ट पे है, तो इसको लगेगा कि इमेज जो है उसका 4 मीटर पर सेकंड पे उसकी तरफ आ रहा है. बट अगर मिरर इस तरफ 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है, ये भी 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे जा रहा है, तो उसको लगेगा कि उसकी इमेज 4 और उसका खुद का वेलोसिटी अगर देखेगा तो 6 मीटर पर सेकंड पे उसको लगेगा आ रहा है, जैसे कि क्योंकि मिरर 2 मीटर पर सेकंड आ रहा है मतलब इमेज 4 मीटर पर सेकंड पे आ रहा है, उसको लगेगा. अगर ये भी 2 मीटर पर सेकंड पे उस तरफ जा रहा है तो वो भी इमेज पे ऐड हो जाएगा, तो 4 प्लस 2 6 मीटर पर सेकंड पे उसकी इमेज उसकी तरफ आ रहा होगा. तो ये जो तीन केसेस को आप अच्छी तरह से डील करो तो आपको पूरा क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगा कि कब ऑब्जेक्ट वेलोसिटी, इमेज वेलोसिटी और रिलेटिव वेलोसिटी, ये तीनों कॉन्सेप्ट को लेके आप ये क्वेश्चन को अच्छी तरह से समझ लो. स्टूडेंट्स, अपनी क्लास 10 पे आपको पता है व्हाट इज स्फेरिकल मिरर, उसके एप्लीकेशंस क्या है, डिफरेंट पार्ट्स, प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस, सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर, रेडियस ऑफ कर्वेचर, पोल, फोकस, अपर्चर, ये सब के बारे में आपको पता है. और आप रे डायग्राम्स भी बनाए हो और एक बार अभी 12th पे बनाना है ताकि आपकी अ, थोड़ा अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो आप थोड़ा भूल गए होंगे उसको और एक बार आप बना सकते हो. और ऑब्जेक्ट कहाँ पर है, इमेज कहाँ पर बनेगा, ये सारे केसेस आपको पता है. जब ऑब्जेक्ट इन्फिनिटी पे होता है तो इमेज फोकस पे बनता है, कन्वर्जिंग मिरर है ये कॉनकेव मिरर. जब ऑब्जेक्ट बियॉन्ड सी होता है तो इमेज इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन बिटवीन सी एंड एफ. जब ऑब्जेक्ट ऑन सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर होता है तो इमेज भी सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर के ऊपर होता है लेकिन रियल इन्वर्टेड एंड सेम साइज होता है. जब ऑब्जेक्ट इन बिटवीन सी एंड एफ होता है तो इमेज चला जाता है बियॉन्ड सी पे और थोड़ा बड़ा हो जाता है. जब ऑब्जेक्ट ऑन फोकस होता है तो इमेज किस पे चला जाता है, इमेज जाके इन्फिनिटी पे बनता है. फिर बात ये है कि देखो, जब ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पर था, ऑब्जेक्ट जब मिरर की तरफ आ रहा है, इमेज मिरर से दूर भाग रहा है, ये एक बात है. और ऑब्जेक्ट आते 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 जब सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर पे पहुंचा तो सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर पे सेम साइज बन गया. लेकिन जब थोड़ा ये सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर से आगे जा रहा है तो इमेज उससे बाहर जा रहा है, तो ऑब्जेक्ट की साइज जो था वो बढ़ते जा रहा है. सॉरी, ऑब्जेक्ट का साइज जितना था, इमेज का साइज सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर के बाद कम होते जा रहा है. समझ पा रहा है ना आपको कि जब बियॉन्ड सी था, जितना बड़ा साइज था ऑब्जेक्ट का, और इमेज जो सी एंड एफ के बीच में जो बन रहा था वो छोटा था उससे. जब ऑन सी हो गया तो सेम साइज हो गया, नो डाउट. जब ऑब्जेक्ट चला गया सी के बाद, सी एंड एफ के बीच में, तो इमेज बियॉन्ड सी बनने लगा और वो थोड़ा बड़ा बनने लगा. मतलब किस रेट पे वो बढ़ेगा, किस रेट से वो घटेगा, कितने स्पीड पे ऑब्जेक्ट जा रहा है टुवर्ड्स द मिरर, कितने स्पीड पे इमेज भागेगा अवे फ्रॉम द मिरर. तो ये निकालना भी हम आने वाले स्लाइड्स पे सीखेंगे. उसकी विड्थ कैसे वेरी होगा, मैग्निफिकेशन कैसे वेरी होगा. अगर ऑब्जेक्ट मान के चलो ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है तो कैसा होगा, अगर ऑब्जेक्ट ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है तो नीचे की तरफ इमेज कितने स्पीड पे भागेगा. अगर ऑब्जेक्ट टुवर्ड्स द मिरर जा रहा है, पैरेलल टू द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस और अलोंग द प्रिंसिपल एक्सिस, तो कैसे जाएगा इमेज, दूर कैसे जाएगा. ये सारे हम आने वाले स्लाइड्स में पढ़ने वाले हैं. Students, अभी ये है लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल मैग्निफिकेशन बाय स्फेरिकल मिरर. इसका ये मतलब है, मान के चलो मैंने यहाँ पर एक ऑब्जेक्ट रखा ए बी, उसकी थिकनेस ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट इज टी ओ, और उसकी जो इमेज बनेगा, देखो जब जब हम थोड़ी देर पहले ये बात कर रहे थे पीछे वाले स्लाइड्स में कि जब ये पास आ रहा है तो इमेज दूर जाने लगेगा. तो ए का इमेज जो है वो यहाँ पर बनेगा ए डैश, बी का जो इमेज है वो बी डैश इस तरफ बनेगा, और थिकनेस ऑफ द इमेज इज लेट टी आई. लेट्स नो हाउ टू डिटरमाइन व्हाट विल बी द relation between the image width and the object width in this case. Students, you know mirror formula 1 by v plus 1 by u is equal to 1 by f. मान के चलो कि मैंने यहाँ पर इसको x डिस्टेंस पे रखा है ऑब्जेक्ट को और इमेज को y डिस्टेंस पे रखा हूँ और बाद में हम उसको u एंड v में रिप्लेस कर देंगे. तो 1 by v that is 1 by y 1 by u 1 by x is equal to 1 by f. एंड आई वांट टू नो कि अगर ये x मतलब ये थिकनेस ये x दूरी पर है अगर थोड़ा सा dx मान के चलो कि थोड़ा सा चेंज हुआ dx चेंज हो रहा है और यहाँ पर थिकनेस भी थोड़ा सा चेंज हो जाएगा dy. So how this change takes place with respect to the change of the object width, how is going to affect the change of the width of the image. So let's differentiate the expression. uh, let how the x is changing with respect to dx and how the y is changing with respect to dy. So in that case, I could find differentiate the expression above expression uh, minus 1 by x square dx minus 1 by y square dy, differentiating both with respect to x and y. And its focal length is constant, it is not going to change, so differentiation will be 0. So by taking to one side, dy by dx is equal to minus y square by x square. Hence, let for very small thickness, change in thickness of the object t naught. So thickness change in thickness ti, thickness of the image by thickness of the object, that is small change dy by dx that we got is equal to y square by x square. And we could replace y as image distance v and u as image distance in place of x. So v square by u square, you know v by u is magnification, so that is m square. So image width is equal to m square times of object width. M square is equal to longitudinal magnification. Actually, students, there are so many concepts in reflection. But to solve the various numericals, what are the concepts to be built up in class 12? So that you could start the numericals doing in a better with a better understanding. इसीलिए जो भी मुझे लगा कि हाँ कि ये सारे चीज जो एक 12th की बच्चा नया स्टार्ट कर रहा है अभी इसी टाइम पे, तो ये सारे कॉन्सेप्ट अगर उसके दिमाग पे अभी से अच्छी तरह से बैठ जाता है तो वो लेवल 2 पे जा सकता है. Let's see the velocity magnification by spherical mirror. It may be concave, it may be convex. Let's see it's a concave mirror and the object is placed at a distance u and the image is produced here, uh, image at a distance v, uv at the object and the image distance respectively. Let the object is moving at a velocity of the object is v in the upward direction. So definitely the image will move in the downward direction. What is the relation between them? At what rate the velocity of object and the velocity of image will be related if they are moving perpendicular to the principal axis? In the case one, will be seeing that. Don't you know magnification is equal to v by u, that is height of image by height of object. समटाइम्स ऑल्सो वी कुड टेक इट एज लेट ये इमेज जो ऑब्जेक्ट जो है वो ऊपर की तरफ थोड़ा एक्स डिस्प्लेस किया और इमेज नीचे की तरफ वाई डिस्प्लेस किया और उसको हम यहाँ पर एक्स वाई ना लेके भी एच ओ हाइट ऑफ ऑब्जेक्ट मानो कि थोड़ा हाइट ऑफ अपनी हाइट के बराबर थोड़ा डिस्प्लेस कर गया और हाइट ऑफ इमेज भी थोड़ा अपनी एच आई के बराबर थोड़ा डिस्प्लेस कर गया. So object velocity, you know, velocity of object is equal to how much distance it is covering in that particular period of time. Let h height अपनी height के बराबर वो चला गया dho by dt and velocity of image is equal to also is equal to dhi, अपनी image height के बराबर उतना ही height चला गया वो. लेट्स से xy भी लेके कर सकते हैं, नो प्रॉब्लम, किसी भी तरह आप प्रूव कर सकते हो इसको, हमें एक्सप्रेशन के साथ मतलब है, प्रूव तो ऐसे ही dhi by dt, how the velocity of the image we're taking, velocity of image. Friends, you know from here I could take we have magnification is equal to h height of image by height of object. So height of image is equal to m times height of the object. So student, velocity of image is equal to what? How the image is changing its displacement with respect to time, that is dhi by dt. And in place of hi, I could write here, in place of hi, I could write mho. So in m dho by dt, and dho by dt is velocity of object. So velocity of image is equal to m times velocity of object when it is moving perpendicular to the principal axis. That means let the magnification is 2 and if the object is moving at 2 meter per second in upward direction, the image will move at a rate of 4 meter per second in the downward direction. Most of the numericals we are going to solve in the next lectures, then all those concepts will be utilized. So before going to do numericals in on reflection, we have to keep all the existing concept that I am explaining in this lecture. You have to understand it properly. Let's see the case. In the previous case, we just saw about it is moving perpendicular to the principal axis. Now let's see when the object is moving uh, along the principal axis. That means हमेशा हम ये देखते आए हैं कि अगर ऑब्जेक्ट कनकेव मिरर से दूर जाएगा तो इमेज पास आएगा। जब इन्फिनिटी पे था तो फोकस पे, जब फोकस पे था तो इन्फिनिटी पे। देखो, जब ऑब्जेक्ट पास आ रहा है तो इमेज दूर जा रहा है, जब इमेज ऑब्जेक्ट दूर जा रहा है तो इमेज पास आ रहा है। दिस इज द रीजन। सो लेट ऑब्जेक्ट यहाँ पर था u डिस्टेंस पे और इमेज जो था यहाँ पर v डिस्टेंस पे था। मान के चलो थोड़ा उसने डिस्टेंस मतलब डिस्प्लेस हो गया du, और इसने थोड़ा सा dv चेंज हो गया। तो स्टूडेंट्स यू नो, हम जो पहले जो मैग्निफिकेशन के बारे में जो पढ़े इसके पहले पहले वाला स्लाइड्स में, सो dv by du small change in the image distance by small change in the object distance is equal to minus v square by u square. Yes or no? So if I'll be differentiating that small change with respect to time, then I am going to get the velocity. So dv by dt is equal to minus v square by u square is equal to du by dt. So जो माइनस साइन क्या सिग्निफाई करता है कि अगर ये अगर ऑब्जेक्ट मिरर से दूर जा रहा है तो इमेज मिरर के पास आ रहा है, तो they're in opposite direction to each other. So in magnitude I could write, so dv by dt is velocity of image vi. So this v square by u square is nothing but m square. Magnitude ले रहा हूँ इसलिए नेगेटिव साइन नहीं ले रहा हूँ, m square is equal to du by dt is velocity of object. So velocity of image is equal to m square times the velocity of object when the object velocity is going along the principal axis. This concept will be utilized very much in the upcoming numericals that we are going to solve on reflection.